Hi folks, I'm Suraj Musad. So in this episode, we are trying to understand the relation between weight loss and the insulin resistance. I was trying to explain this one before when I talked about and when I told about the weight loss. I told we will be explaining this one in the next episode. So we try to understand with the insulin resistance how we could lose the weight. And after the age of 40, reducing weight is an unachievable task for most of us. You might be knowing this. You'll be able to reduce for 1 month, then the next month it spiles back. So it's for everyone it will be the same. We try so many diets and workouts, but we won't be able to get sustainable benefits. We try to reduce the calories first, but the result will be tiredness and the gaining back the weight after 2 months. Whichever way you go with any kind of diets, which is called the yo-yo effect, you will that first month it shows some benefit, the result. The next month, within couple of months, it will piles back. In this case, controlling insulin sensitivity and the insulin secretion is the only solution to reduce the fat, because here calorie control is not important. Here you have to control the hormone insulin, because insulin is the fat storage hormone. With the presence of insulin, it's difficult to use fat as energy. That's why we are finding it difficult to reduce the weight. Okay. So what to do to control the insulin resistance? I explained it in the previous episode, but we try to explain it a little more detail in terms of exercise and the stress and all. As I always says you, sugar and the carbs has major effect on the insulin, because insulin is responsible to maintain the blood sugar. So whenever when the blood sugar level is triggered by the sugar and the carbs, and these triggers the insulin. So with the sugar, insulin will be triggered and its weight loss will be so difficult. Carbs are not even essential nutrient for the life. If I could say like that, because without the carbs we could even live. That's why people who does the keto, will be able to reduce the weight drastically. But bit of carb is okay for the body, that is needed. But without that and also we can survive. So the moderation will not trigger the insulin. So bit of carbs which comes from broccoli and all, like healthy carbs from the vegetables and all, that's always good. Not the direct carbs like from the corn syrup and all. Then the most valid thing is for the insulin resistance is, for the not triggering insulin is intermittent fasting. During the time of fast, insulin won't be triggered. So body is getting a long window without insulin's influence. So body can utilize the fat as energy during this time of the window. Because when the insulin is present, no other hormones like growth hormone or any other hormone will be produced. Not only that one, fat, to metabolize fat, other hormones are needed. When the insulin is present, that hormones will not be produced in the body. Then exercise has a bit difference to curb the take the sugar from the bloodstream like directly and try to stop the insulin production. So what you have to do is exercises increases the sensitivity of the muscles. Exercise allows muscle to use glucose without insulin. So here general walking and cardio are more beneficial for reducing BP and triglycerides and all. So to increase the insulin sensitivity, resistance training, lifting bit heavy weights and HIIT is more effective. What it does, what the resistance training and the heavy lifting and all does, because muscles will be triggered by these activities for a prolonged period of time. Two benefits are, one is growth hormone production, and the muscles needs energy to get repaired for up to 48 hours. So during the time of high intensity interval training or the resistance training, growth hormone production will be high. With the presence of growth hormone, insulin won't be produced. And muscle repairs takes around 48 hours. During this time, the body muscles could take the sugar directly from the bloodstream. suppose a person actually needs to control the insulin, they have to include the resistance training or the HIIT minimum 3 times in a week. Okay, so then as always, the stress level. You must understand here, whenever we address the lifestyle issue, stress is the important factor, and the cortisol and insulin are the major hormones control the body during stress. That's why it's so important to know how to activate the on and off switch to tackle the stress. When you work, it's sympathetic. When you relax, it's parasympathetic. So you must know to switch it on and off. To trigger the parasympathetic, do yoga, breathing exercise, and the relaxation technique. And even to go to the parasympathetic, good stress is good. Good stress means stress for a little bit of time, like doing a HIIT, weight training with heavier weights. Alternating cold and hot shower are good to activate the on and off switch of stress. Then the fifth and the most valid point is proper sleep. Lack of sleep influences the hunger and satiety hormone. So ensure better sleep. If you don't get better, try to take some supplements or ensure the better sleep. So until the next episode, stay healthy, be happy. Thank you.